All right, let's do this and get her done. It's another fantastic Friday here at That Damn Billy, and I'm That Damn Billy, as you probably know by now. I had meant to check in on Wednesday, but really, I just got I had to do something, and well, now that I don't have a car, I have to walk everywhere, and I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'm not complaining or anything, but it is very time consuming, So, but no, and it's great. And like every day you go down a different street and, you try different, always, you have got to add variety to your life no matter what. I think one of the things that is the most contributes to aging is as we get older we lose our curiosity, our inquisitiveness. We think, oh, I've been there, done that, saw that. But the reality of it is, I watched my mother live to be 92 and lived alone until shortly before she passed away. And her mind was sharp, but she was always curious. She was always wanting to learn what was new, what was happening, the interweb, things like that. And I think that that's imperative. And particularly now that I'm alone and don't have Jack to bounce things off of all day long, and when we're together, it's necessary for me to get out and about. Just watching YouTube videos are great. I mean, I want you to watch me, but there's a time to get out. I want to apologize for the white noise in the background. They're tearing up our street. Yeah, they're tearing up our street. You know what, white noise, talk about entitlement. We even get the good noise, the white noise. I mean, it is, I know that some of my white friends don't want, they unfriend me because I go on about this, but white entitlement or white privilege, whatever you want to call it, it is so innate and so insidious in our culture that I don't think a lot of times we even really recognize it or realize it. And, but, y'all can discuss that amongst yourselves. I know that, even looking as I am, pierced and what up, and I dress like a bum most of the time, I can walk in Saks Fifth Avenue and nobody follows me, So anyway, but let's get on with other things. What did I want to say? White noise, and oh God. So anyway, I'm preparing to get a roommate. I'm gonna have to get a roommate if I'm gonna go on, And this place is a mess. Jack and I have lived here for 15 years, and the carpet had probably already been here 15 years before that. So I mean, it looked like a crime scene when we moved in almost 15 years ago. So you can imagine what it looks like now. So I'm thinking I need to replace the carpet. I don't know where I'm gonna get all this money, but whatever, because I just don't know unless I get like a real slob of a roommate. Or maybe somebody that doesn't, that like has impaired vision. That's a good thought. That's a good thought. Anyway, because really, I mean, it needs fresh paint, and this apartment really needs a little sprucing up. And but I plan on staying here, and it's home. Anyway, but I'm thinking, my God, like, even if I were to invite somebody over, like a hookup or something, they probably like walk in and wonder, like, are we gonna fuck or should I call FEMA? Because it's quite a disarray. Well, I'm also going through the process of having an estate sale, trying to get things together to sell, to try to pay the rent and get on. And I don't want this to be a thing about grief, but I was talking to an old friend, an old high school classmate, as a matter of fact. We were in the same home room, and we were never really friendly in high school, but I was kind of withdrawn in high school anyway. But she has since moved on with her life and lives in Vegas, and it turns out that another friend that was in the same homeroom, who was a close friend of hers. In fact, I thought they were cousins, and they just always said they were cousins, and they've been friends for 50 years, had also moved to Vegas in 79, so they've seen each other like every day for 50 years, and that's how I am with my old friend John, except for now he's back in Miami. But when we lived next to each other and next door, it was like we're like brothers. Anyway, she was telling me that her friend, the other girl Gwen, had been suffering from COPD for some years, and every night my friend Maureen would go in and she'd go over to her friend's house and see that to tuck her in, because she'd been homebound for a couple of years. And I hope I'm not telling a story. I don't usually use names, but she went and said goodnight to her friend one night Wednesday night or whatnot, and then Thursday morning they called and told her friend had passed away during the night, and she's grief stricken. She's absolutely grief stricken, and she was telling me, like, she says, I just want to roll up in a ball and cry, and she says, but of course, I mean, and she says, so I can't imagine how yours is. Okay, grief is grief is grief is grief. Just like love is love is love is love. You know, it's a process. I know that. In fact, I'm standing outside of myself right now saying this because if I were into myself, I would be crying. But, you know, she says, like, and trust me, you know, I look like I'm walking. I give the appearance of having my eyes open and of smiling and laughing and walking. But my heart, my spirit, my soul are in a fetal position right now. And they are, you know, and sobbing, and you know, but she was saying something about, you know, but I can't imagine. I mean, it can't compare with the grief that you're going through. You know, yes, having someone choose to end their life, suicide, is an added dimension. It really, really is an added dimension on so many levels, and. But, you know, the bottom line is sometimes, you know, I have to step aside from that because it's tough. I mean, it's really, really tough. I had like a Chernobyl meltdown yesterday after seeming really, really good all day. And then there's certain things that come to you, you know, and I don't want to talk about this here because it gets a little heavier, but, you know, and it's Friday and it's time to start the weekend. And, oh, now that I'm no longer driving, I'm doing all the... It's 4:20 all day long. Yeah, my glaucoma, don't you see? It's looking much better. Anyway, no, but I do need to go out and do some errands, and it's fun walking. I mean, like I say, it's change your path. It's the path not taken where the blowjob awaits. So, you know, go down another street once in a while. And I didn't mean to go on so long, but love you all, and maybe we'll probably get together over the weekend. Have a great weekend.